What's going on, y'all? Sorry. So, it is time for some Series 12 battles, right? This is the first team that I showed in my 5-team video. If you did not see that, definitely be sure to check it out, because I've got some great teams for you. But, I figured since we've already seen 2 of the teams, and then 2 of the other teams are a little bit less serious, maybe starting with this Zygarde team could actually be pretty fun, and hopefully we can do some pretty deadly stuff. I have considered things like switching Urshifu off for Zapdos, and you could technically switch the items between Kartana and Kyogre, and then like give Kartana Life Orb and blah blah, but this is probably fine, right? So I do think this team is pretty solid. In testing, it's gone very well. I can see how this team might benefit from Taunt. So because this team does not have Taunt, that's one thing that is a little bit of a problem at times, especially facing like some teams with Venusaur wanting to Sleep Powder things, or even maybe Dynamax and go for Max Flare, depending on the setup. But we should be able to work our way around it, hopefully, if we do come up with a Sun matchup by doing things with Switcheroo and like Dynamax Kartana, or just like Sucker Punch. But we will need to be careful. That being said, let's hope for some success, right? So let's see, ranked battles. Question of the day: maybe not necessarily should Hisui Pokemon be in Sword and Shield, but more of like a what if, like it'd be pretty cool, I guess, right? We all know that the normal Ghost Zoroark is super awesome. There's some other Pokemon that I've been definitely having a really good time with. Overqwil is actually really cool, honestly, and there's a plethora of other really good Pokemon that I've been using from the new game that I've been enjoying quite a lot. So there is that, but it's not like it's just those guys, right? It's also like the BDSP Pokemon. Like, we don't have those. So what if? Alright, well, at least it's not a Groudon team, right? Alright. So we go Kartana, Comfey, Zygarde, and we do need to be really careful about the Rillaboom in this case. And the Zapdos. So we have some things we really need to get rid of. And depending on what they lead, they might be able to do more damage than I would like. Now, something I could possibly do, depending on what they do, is Trick Room. But I'm expecting them to lead Incineroar, right? Like, you pretty much always lead Incineroar. Okay. I don't necessarily want to, what am I trying to say? Not that. In this case, I want to max Rockfall, actually. Because of the rest of their team, I actually think that going for a max Rockfall, or I mean, a max Steel Spike this turn. I'm an idiot. This is how my life is. We are back after some, let's say, technical difficulties. I played one match already, and I ran out of time choosing my move on turn 1, and I lost, as you can imagine. So, lots of fun to be had there, and, you know, we're just gonna have to try to do better. Jesus Christ, does it really have to start that way? But anyways, we're taking the Zygarde team out for a spin. Alright, Calyrex Hunts, that'll be quite a problem. Let's see. What do you do here? I'm almost inclined to start Urshifu Kartana with Kyogre and maybe Comfey in the back. I mean, Comfey, I'd actually Wims, I'm gonna say, let's go Wims. Because it does have the eject button, so, you know, you gotta remember stuff like that. So I'm expecting, like, insane Dusclops lead here, right? Dragapult Dusclops, that's something. Alright. So, what? They might click Ally Switch. They might click a lot of things. If I was lucky, I'd be able to max Airstream and Wicked Blow this turn. The problem I see is that not doing enough. So we probably do still max Steel Spike this turn. If they ally switch, that's just life, honestly. Like, you know what I mean? So... max Steel Spike, probably not going to do a lot. Hey man, that's all you can ask for. That's really, like, in this case, that's really all you can ask for. Yeah. Yeah. That's great. They bring out Groudon, not like necessarily what you want to see, of course. But what do I think is our best value play here? We have Kyogre, so we're not really worried about what they have in the back. I think if we Wicked Blow here... Ooh. Nah, you know what we have to do here is we switch in... We switch in Kyogre and we max Overgrowth. And they should not have a answer to that. They might click Parting Shot, of course, but they still don't have an answer. Like, they just don't. They're gonna Dynamax. I mean, the Dynamax could pose a problem for me. I will be honest about that. It really depends on what Groudon is doing here. I will still get decent damage off on it. You could call that decent. I don't know if they're gonna have a max flare. They are gonna Parting Shot though. We will, no matter what, be able to eject button them in the end game if we really need to. That should be... Oh yeah, it's Dragapult. Right. Okay. So, I mean, like, honestly, even at -1, I get the feeling that Water Spout is going to do more here. And so I'm still going to Water Spout. Yeah, you freaking would. You freaking would. You would. So, what? I mean, in best case scenario, we get off a crit Leaf Blade here, I guess. Maybe? Crit Leaf Blade? Yeah, because that's not going to do it. Crit. It was for the boys, man. You were supposed to crit for the freaking boys. But that targeting decision, not going to cut it, unfortunately. So we bring out the Urshus Fu Manchu here. I actually think that bringing out Wims could be solid here. The only thing is, we just need to be careful, I guess. So, I think in this case, we can Sucker Punch here, and we can Leaf Blade here. They should switch out for Incineroar. We will, and then, okay. So they make that switch for Incineroar. Hopefully we still pick up this KO. No. This is where it gets rough, right? Because I want a close combat here, but not that much. Like, the amount that I want a close combat is small. I think here, if we actually switch like this, we should see our best success. Don't ask me why it makes sense, just believe me. You heard the man. That sucks. They should Flare Blitz, though, Exactly. So in this case, the good thing about this is they don't have an Intimidate on me. So there's no way that I can lose this if Urshifu hasn't taken damage, which it hasn't, right? So there should be no way I can lose this. We always close combat this slot if we want to guarantee that we win. And if we want to guarantee that we win, we technically also Tailwind here in the case that they have Scarf Groudon. Like, that's literally the only reason that this is technically my best play. We do know that they have maybe Fire Punch or Heat Crash, but if they do have one of those, that's not going to win them the game, so. They don't pick up a KO. Cool, so we're not losing this one. It's like we're going to target our own side of the field, right? Oh god. So that turn where I switched out Urshifu, I really had to think it through, but ensuring that Urshifu lived that turn and was able to get rid of its attack lowering was very important. I didn't realize they had Life Orb Dragapult that, you know, worked in my benefit as well, but we take those. So really interesting Zygarde game there, right? Because we didn't use Zygarde at all, and we barely used Kyogre, right? I don't even remember at this point. So in this case, I mean, great chance to lead Mr. boiiiii and Zygarde. Yeah, boiiiii Zygarde, great lead here. Oh god. Somebody stop me. And then we really need to get rid of the Rillaboom, is all I'm saying. So, like, yes, we can lead Wims Kyogre in the back. I feel like Kartana Kyogre is slightly better in some ways, but it's really particular on what happens in this game. I think Zygarde can do a lot on its own. Maybe the case is, like, our best bet might be to just not even bring Kyogre. We're gonna have to see here. I do think that bringing Whimsicott was possibly my best here, because if we get in trouble with their Dynamax, we can eject button it, right? So they are gonna lead that. That's kind of okay. Let me think about this. So this is why I needed Whimsicott, because if they Dynamax Kyogre, I could have eject buttoned, because you can guarantee that Comfey is not surviving this turn. The question is, should I max Quake up right now, or should I max Rockfall? The max Quake, probably my best play if we're being honest. And they're not gonna Dynamax, so that's pretty important. If I remember correctly, this max Quake picks up the KO. And then they should be afraid to bring out Zacian after that, but you really never know. We are gonna have to be pretty careful here, honestly. Because it's like, Jesus. My guy chose violence. So we will survive a Zygarde move if they bring out Zygarde, which is really important. We just need to be really careful, you know? That's what it comes down to. Ooh, okay. So let's see. I actually think Kyogre's probably our best bring out right now. Kyogre does a lot here, honestly. And it forces them to make hard targeting decisions. So I kind of think like Water Spout Max Rockfall is our best play here. Like, if they Dynamax the first impression boy, which is very possible, I will be faster than it. And so, with the emergency exit, will the emergency exit go off, is what I'm wondering. Ooh, that's kind of rude. That's kind of rude. They should be really bulky, but we do a lot of damage. And if we do set off their emergency exit, absolutely terrible for them. Okay, so this is actually going to be harder than you would expect. Mostly for the pure fact that that first impression did a lot. So I would say my best play here actually is to Leaf Blade this slot and to max guard. The problem is if I get it wrong, I lose. So I'm just letting you guys know that right now. All cards on the table. I'm gonna make this play, and if I get it wrong, I lose. Because what I need them to do is to double up Zygarde with First Impression Behemoth Blade or something like that. Actually, I don't necessarily need them to double up Zygarde. I hope they do. Okay, so that should win us the game. That should win us the game. Because if my calculations are correct, Mr. Baba Booey, this is actually going to be really close. If my calculations are correct, we should be able to survive what they're dishing out here. Smart Strike is the better move, and we click 1,000 arrows. Come on, bud. Rude. Rude. Oh my god. There's something wrong with it. There's something wrong with it. And when I say by my calculations I should win, I mean the mental gymnastics that goes into looking at a bar and being like, yeah, that's enough. But that's honestly like how your brain gets when you play Pokemon enough. Like you can just kind of like, based on what you know about your spread and like generally what you know about Zacians and like playing on Showdown enough, you can just be like, yeah, that looks like a survive if we're being honest. So you know, these two first games are a lot different than me running out of time on the first turn in the first game. So big Zygarde energy. Big Zygarde. Oh yeah, let's go back to the freaking legend music, dude. Alright, David. Ooh, okay. Okay, David. So, I don't really see what David does against Zygarde. I mean, like, they have triple axle, so you can almost guarantee that they're gonna use it. You know what I mean? Like, something we could do turn one if we want to be really dastardly is we could use Trick Room. There's always that. But if we do that, then we basically need to wait out the end game for the rest of our Pokemon to become useful. So Kartana might not be good here. Kartana can do things, like, it definitely can. And I think if we don't need to set up Trick Room, I'll feel better about it. But I do think setting up Trick Room is very possible in this case. Minccino, Cinccino, I can expect... okay. That's fine. It's a little annoying, but I'll live. So I think in this case, because we can expect Riolu to have Sash, I'm actually going to Max Rockfall the Riolu this turn and Draining Kiss. Do we want them to get a switch in? Well, we don't want them to get too many coaching boosts, I know that much. They are going to be slower, which is actually really nice. So I am expecting them to click coaching. Yeah. Please tell me that's chip range, because it might not be. And it actually looks like it's not. Because if that's chip range, I don't know. I guess it's kind of nice. Nice. So they shouldn't feel good about bringing out a lot of things here. The good thing about getting that KO though is you know, we can max Quake up on Kartana and maybe Ally Switch, honestly. Like, just to reduce the amount of damage they do. Great. That's great. Okay. So I think in this case you need to choose between switching out Kartana and Kyogre, and it really depends on what they have in the back and how much Dynamax they have left. If I'm correct, they do have 2 turns. They have 1 more turn of Dynamax left, right? which makes me want to send out Kartana and sack Kartana. Yeah. So we send out Kartana and sack Kartana. We click Leaf Blade into Groudon. They could, for some reason, have weakness policy, but this should be fun. Does a whole lot of nothing. Ooh, we're actually faster than that. So lots of destruction with Zygarde. Lots of Zygarde destruction. They're gonna max Quake up. It's just not gonna save them. So this is, I mean, the beauty of saving what you need to save for long enough, right? They do have really slow Pokemon, which is, you know, it is really nice that I didn't go for Trick Room, right? Because if I did, I would have kind of just put myself in a losing position right away. So we Water Spout here. And we Thousand Arrows and hope they don't cancel for long enough for us to just try it. Nice. Okay. So quick 3-win streak for the boys. Yeah. Oh god, that first game ripped my heart out. I was like, is this how we're starting the new season? No. That makes it feel better, you know, that's a lot better. So we will definitely accept that. We actually would have, it looks like, possibly gotten into Master Ball, or I mean Ultra Ball tier right away from that 3-win streak if we did not lose one though. So all over, super fun stuff, and try it out. Let me know if you enjoyed, and definitely check out my 5-team video. So peace.